I'm going to show you a woven wheel stitch, and you need some embroidery thread, 2 embroidery needles, and the fabric you're going to sew in. The thread you're going to use at the top should be long, and it's going to be double on the needle. And the one you're going to sew with is single, as you usually would when you're embroidering. Make a knot at the end of the double thread. Make a knot at the single thread also, and then we are going to sew in a circle, but we are going to stitch every quarter of the circle. So if you want some guide on your fabric, you can start by making a cross on the fabric. I'm going to be a little bit more creative than that, so I'm going to start in the center with the double thread, which is going to lay on the top. And then I am also going through the fabric with my single thread, which I'm going to sew with. I'm using different colors of the threads because I wanted to look like that. So I just go around with the top thread and I stitch around. And then I go to the quarter half of the circle, and I keep turning the top thread around in the circle, and the stitches I make around the top thread is quite tight. And then you just go to the next quarter of the circle and you keep turning like this. And you can see that I am making the one thread around to go quite snug around the top thread. These kind of decorations I'm using on, for example, a sewn heart, or maybe on some mittens you have sewn. If you go to my Patreon, Sew for Kids, you will find patterns for mittens, which you can use. And if you're going to do this kind of embroidery, you should do it before you make the sewn item. And you finish by going to the back side of the fabric, and then you just fasten both of the threads on the back, and then you are finished.